So I'll be doing skill 14, measures and record weight of an ambulatory client. This skill also have a critical element, which is 7. It says that when you measure and you record your client's weight, it should either be the same as the examiner or plus or minus what? 2. Okay, so this is another measuring skill. Measure and record weight of an ambulatory client. I've looked on my skill form. This is what I would do. Okay, go to my client. Hi, Ms. Nafisa. I'm here to weigh you. Is that okay with you? I'll be right back. Let's write this down. For weight, your equipment is the scale. Okay. When you get the scale, however, okay, whether you are using a standing scale, this particular scale, bathroom scale, you are responsible for moving it from wherever the examiner has set the scale to 0. Okay, meaning you are responsible for balancing the scale. So before I start the scale, I'm going to pretend I'm the examiner. There is a line here that the examiner is going to move, okay, to take the scale from balance to out of balance. When you bring your scale to weigh your patient, you're going to set the scale on the floor. If you have long nails, it would be difficult for you. All right, as you know, we're not supposed to have long nails anywhere. When you are trying to balance your scale, you should not rest your other finger on the scale, okay, or else you'll be here forever. Okay, so you're doing it with one finger basically. Another equipment you will need is you have to put the patient's shoes on. So just write shoes as well. So we have the scale, we have the patient's shoes as well. Now, when you finish, watch. So I've already told the patient what I'm going to be doing, right? It is to weigh her. This is what you tell the examiner. I've locked the bed for safety, and my bed is in the lowest position for safety as well. Okay. Fan fold your tab sheet like we've been doing all along. Okay. I'm just gonna take the nightgown off. It's not part of the exam, but I just want you to see it clearly. Okay. I bring my patient's shoes here. Same technique as transferring the patient from bed to wheelchair. If we remember, Miss Nafisa, can you sit up for me? Thank you. Now I'm gonna bring you to the edge of the bed, and I'd like for you to help me, okay? Good job. Okay. Then we're gonna put our shoes on, just like transferring client from bed to wheelchair, if you remember. Now, can you scoot to the edge of the bed so her feet touches the floor before you move her, okay? When we stand up, you're gonna get to the middle of the scale, all right? Wrap your hands around me, and on the count of 3, we will stand up, all right? 1, 2, 3. Okay. When your patient stands, you're gonna support them behind the back and help them to the scale. Okay, although this is your classmate, they're acting as a patient for you, so you have to support them. It's part of the scale. Let's walk to the scale. Good. Once your client or your patient is on the scale, you're gonna let go. Okay. The examiner is also gonna come from her seat or his seat. Some of the examiners are male, and watch or look at the scale with you. All right, so I'm gonna squat here. Do not bend here. Remember, you have only 2 pounds as a margin of error. If you do not squat so you can see clearly what your client's weight is, do we have a problem? Yes. If it's off, unfortunately, we will not make it. So you squat. Even if we have knee problems, you have to bend down over here, and then I keep the results in my mind. Okay, help my patient off the scale. We're gonna walk back to the bed. Okay. She took the shoes off for me. And as you are doing the exam with your classmates, because they know the skill, they may take their shoes off for you like she just did. But if they do, they have to make sure that their feet does not what? Touch the ground. All right. So if you do that, please make sure your feet doesn't touch the ground, or else the CNA will be penalized. Get rid of my equipment.
Wash it.
Yes. Tell the examiner you are going to what? Wash your hands before you record. Okay. It may seem like, oh, how am I gonna remember it? But unfortunately, we have to. Okay. So I tell the examiner I'm going to wash my hands, and under weight, I would put how much I got. LBS with the number that you got. Okay. Miss Nafisa, this is your call light. The bed is in the lowest position. You are done with the skill. Okay. You go on to your next skill. So our next skill over here, performs modified passive range of motion for one knee and one ankle. Everybody loves this skill. As you guys know, passive range of motion is very, very easy. All right, if you happen to have it, again, this is what you do. You go to your patient. I'm Miss Nafisa, now I'm here to exercise your knee and ankle. Is that okay with you? For this skill, there are no equipment needed. Okay, again, I'm gonna stand here so you can see. Now that I've gotten my patient's permission, fan fold the top sheet. Okay. However, this skill has a critical element, although it's very easy. What's required of you is to flex the patient's leg at least how many times? 3 times, okay? And dorsiflex flex the foot 3 times as well. But before you start performing this skill for your patient, you're gonna give them instructions after you've turned the top linen down, okay? You tell your clients, Mr. Bisa, whilst I'm exercising you, if you feel any pain, do not hesitate to tell me, okay? All right, we're gonna bend your knee, flex, straighten 3 times, and then your foot as well, okay? Another part of the critical element is you're not holding the joints on top. You are holding them what? Underneath, all right? Yes, if you need to stand, you can, as long as you're not blocking anybody. So again, watch. I support the knee and I support the ankle. If you do not support the ankle and you support the heel, do we have a problem? Yes, have flexion also 3 times, all right? You're gonna still hold the ankle and you're gonna hold the foot, not the toes. You hold the foot and bring the foot to the head of the bed, 1. To the foot of the bed, 2. 2. 3. You see, I kept her heels where on the mattress, all right? You're done. This is your call light. Miss Nafisa, my bed is in the lowest position and I'm going to wash my hands, all right?